So hi everyone, welcome to another episode of Sugarcoat the podcast. I am here with the lovely Niko Sundai.
Hi guys.
Yes. Okay, so because we're cut for time, we've had technical difficulties, all that stuff. We're going to jump straight into the two truths, no lies, which is two fun facts about Niko, because obviously you guys have never met her, but if you don't know, get to know. Yeah? Okay.
Yeah. So my first fun fact is I used to be a diehard Beyonce fan.
Is it?
Yeah.
Is it?
Like I went to her concerts by myself.
Really?
Yeah, I would take signs.
Really?
And she would point at me, say my name. I would literally faint. I'd be like, wow, Beyonce's my best friend. And now I literally couldn't give a fuck. Are we allowed to swear?
Yeah, of course.
Literally couldn't give a fuck about her life anymore.
Why?
Yeah, I don't know. It was a phase.
Renaissance didn't even get you back, no?
No, it didn't. I didn't listen to it.
Wow.
I think I didn't listen to Lemonade, and then from then I was just like,
Wow, you didn't listen to Lemonade till now?
Still now.
You haven't watched the videos?
And I just found out she had more kids than Ivy.
Yeah, what the fuck?
Twins.
Wait, sorry, how did you go from being a diehard Beyonce fan to nothing?
I just don't know. And I wish I remembered the cut-off point, but I don't remember it.
You need to watch Lemonade.
Yeah, I do.
You do?
I do.
Okay, cool. And then what's your second fact?
That I love moi moi. That's my favourite food. And people never expect it, so I was just like, fun fact.
And it's funny because you're vegetarian, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so, okay. So what do you have it with?
Just by itself. Moi moi, and tell them to take out the egg and the beef.
Really? Okay, do you know what? I've never had it, so I don't know how
It's
mad that
literally
is.
like, it's just like a little bean cake. I don't know how to describe it. Oh, maybe we should try some actually.
Maybe.
We should give some a chop today.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
All right, cool. I'm not over the
Beyonce
thing.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right, so as I said, you guys haven't met Niko before, so do you want to give like a little background to who you are, all that jazz?
I mean, I'm Niko, as Hayat said, and I have social anxiety, but I'm still here today.
Yeah, she's so real for this. I didn't expect her to say yes.
What do I have that's interesting to tell you about myself? I'm 25, but people think I'm 18 still.
Oh my god, yesterday we went out for food. We're walking in and the guy stops both of us. He's like to her, like, how old are you? She's like, I'm 25.
Yeah, it happens a lot. I'm from Liverpool and I moved to London.
Yeah.
And I'm an influencer.
Yeah,
and I'm a dog mum and a cat mum.
How many?
Yeah. So currently we're down to one dog and one cat.
Really?
Yeah.
Whoa, wait, why?
Do we have time for stories?
Yeah, fuck it.
Okay, so basically, obviously I had my firstborn, Nico. Love you wherever you are.
What do you mean? Guys, she's like Dr. Dolittle of the fucking Wirral. Like, what do you mean?
So basically, obviously I had Nico. I moved to London, and then my housemate, it was a house share, so she was like, oh, I think I want a cat. And I was like, yeah, let's get another one. So me and her got a second cat together called Naira.
Yeah.
She calls her Namaya, I call her Naira.
Yeah.
And then Nico falls in love with Naira. It's like a year goes on, they have kids. Nico is a deadbeat dad and he escapes. She gives birth to 4 kittens. He does the dash.
Have you never seen him again?
I've never seen this boy again. I go back to my old house and I literally look for him and I can't find him anywhere. And I'm just like, it's just very disrespectful.
Fake. That's so fake.
And for me, it's just, I swore down on everyone like, yeah, this is my son. My son will never belong to the streets. I know how to raise kids. And yeah.
Gone.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah. Bless him.
Damn.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So, you said that you're an influencer.
Yeah.
How would you... Okay, let's start with your motivation into getting into the influencer game. How did you get into it? How did you realise that this could be your bag? All of that.
Honestly, I don't know how I got into this influencer game. Like, I hate when people ask me this because I genuinely don't know. I hate what I do for a living.
Why?
I'm embarrassed to say it.
It's because of the stigma, isn't it?
It's the stigma, and it's the fact that to me, it's just so fake. Like,
Yeah.
And also, like, the fact that I have 80,000 followers but not 80,000 pounds in my bank account, it's just not making sense.
Yeah, you should.
Like, what is numbers? I mean, I tried that one time. People started sending me the money, but PayPal was charging me like.
Wait, so how much did you get?
I was losing money because PayPal was charging me, like, they take a percentage of like how much they send you.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh my gosh, I think I owed them like 25p.
Oh,
it wasn't a lot, but I was just like, guys, everyone needs to stop this because it's not working.
Maybe do it with Cash App.
Cash App could work. Yeah.
Yeah.
So how did I get into it? I just don't know. Like, obviously, I had a first Instagram like 2 years ago. That Instagram just blew up because I posted a picture like in shorts and a t-shirt, and people were just like, "Oh my god, ass and tits," and it broke the internet. So then I was getting bare followers for the wrong reason, and then I wasn't making money off that Instagram like in any way.
Because the male following was probably a lot higher.
Yeah, it was just male followers, and
this is a cautionary tale for the first track queens, by the way. A cautionary tale is that if you fuck up your, what's it called? Not your split, your gender split, and it's more men, then brands are gonna be like, oh well, we're not trying to pitch to the men, you know, we're doing it for the bitches. So yeah.
So then, so that Instagram was a thing, and then I was trying to get signed to like an Instagram agency, but wasn't really working because people were like saying, you've got 97% male followers, like what can we do with that? And I was like, yeah, fair enough. And then also I just got sick of posting it. I started it in uni when I basically didn't want to go to lectures, so it was like a time pass. And then the whole BLM movement happened, and being on social media literally put me into depression.
It was so bad,
seeing that like every single day, and then because I've got such a big platform, having to speak about it, and then hearing stories about it, and like with my followers back then, I was like really interactive with them, like Instagram lives, and if they DM me, I'd reply and stuff. I was like making like Instagram friends, and then I was just like, this is just too overwhelming. I need to come off it. So then came off Twitter, and then went into hibernation. And I was just like, I'm never coming back to this ever again.
No, it was more than a year, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I remember she was like posting on her Finsta, and I was like, bitch, get this Instagram back up. She started her TikTok, and I was like, bitch, get this Instagram back up. But you know, one thing I respect about you is that you never operate from a place of scarcity. You're like, fuck that, I don't need this. If it's not working for me, I don't care about starting again. Where so many people are in bondage to their account, because you had a lot of followers on that old account.
That old account was 56k.
Yeah.
And I feel like it took me like a year and a half or 2 years to get to that. And then my new account, to be honest,
she started it in December.
It was a bit strategical. Is that the right word to use?
Yeah. Fuck the words. Yeah, okay.
So basically, guys, I figured out about Instagram algorithm.
Okay.
Yeah, I was just like, in my head, I had a plan, and I thought it would work, and it did work.
Yeah.
So obviously, I had my TikTok, and then I made my Instagram, and then I put my link to my Instagram in my TikTok. Yeah. So people were my Instagram was on private. People were requesting to follow my Instagram, and I was never going to take it off private until I had 9 pictures that looked aesthetically pleasing. And then also at least like 1,000 follow requests. Because then when I take my page off private, that means Instagram's algorithm sees this is a new page from day 0 to day 1. It's got 1,000 followers in a day. Yeah. And it's got 9 posts, and everyone's going to get that notification seeing Niko Sundai's first post for the first time. So then everyone's going to go like the first post, and it's going to boost me to the explore page. And then I've got my 9 next pictures ready. Yeah. So then obviously it's growing at a rapid rate now, and then the pictures...
This is a free game for you lot.
Yeah, the pictures are planned out perfectly as well, just to look nice. Yeah. So when more people are coming back to my page, it's like, oh, by the end of the week, there's 9 pictures here. Everything looks nice. The grid looks nice. Yeah. And she's got followers, and it's got really good engagement. Yeah. And then, like, you know those, like, black art pages that like stuff. They were loving my stuff.
I know, they were eating you up.
Without them, I don't know where I would be. Shout out to you guys, because you really helped me flourish. Yeah. So that's how my Instagram just popped off, really. Okay, and then from there it's just been a spiral effect.
Okay, cool. So in terms of like why you continue to do it, what do you think is the end goal? Do you feel like there's something? Do you think it's like a desire for aesthetics? Do you think it's like you just enjoy posting pretty things? Do you think it's just something to do? Do you think, okay, this is the way to the bag, and then I'm gonna do this?
Yeah, it's genuinely just the way to the bag. Like, you've seen how much I post on Instagram. Yeah. Babes, you'll get a post out of me once a month, if that. Like, I'll only post if my agency has given me something to post for money. Otherwise, I have no desire to go out and take a picture.
Yeah, I respect that so much though. I do, yeah.
Yeah, and like, obviously I want to start a clothing line, which I've got like up and running slowly. And then my end goal is a vegan restaurant. So okay, guys, we do have to do all this.
Sorry. Just tries to kill me. Okay. Sorry, continue.
Yeah, so the end goal is a vegan restaurant, and these, I feel, are the get-rich-quick schemes to fund my vegan restaurant.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Instagram, TikTok, making the money.
Yeah.
That's the first stage.
Okay.
Then the money into Sakai, that's the second stage. Sakai will then fund the vegan restaurant.
Yeah.
And also, when I get to each stage, I get to drop a stage.
Yeah,
As soon as Sakai's up and running, Instagram, you are never seeing me again.
Nico, that's not possible.
It's very possible.
It's not possible.
When Sakai is taking over the bag that Instagram's bringing me, I do not want to be posting a picture ever again.
Fair. Okay, so why is that? What is it? Because, like, typically, like, if you know Nico in real life, she is so, like, reserved and it's like, don't perceive me. And then you'll go on her Instagram and it's like, you know, like it's giving. So, okay, yeah, describe that to me.
That's why I can't keep it up. It's literally a fake persona.
Yeah,
and
but I love that though. It's like Sasha Fierce for Beyonce.
Yeah.
And Niko Sundai sounds sick.
Yeah, it's a bit saucy.
Yeah.
But the thing is, for me, it's so hard having, like, you guys obviously don't see my DM requests. I have so many young girls and they're like, I aspire to be like you, like, you're my idol. They don't know I'm crying in the morning because I hate how I look.
Well, okay.
Like,
yeah, okay, continue.
do you know what I mean?
Sentence.
Like, I hate the fact that, like, people are assuming I'm like this confident, amazing, bad bitch. Guys, you just don't know, like, it's taken me like 3 weeks to pull myself together to try and get a picture for you guys.
Yeah.
And you're thinking like, oh my God, I want to be like Nico, but no, you don't want to be like me because I'm just depressed.
Yeah. Okay, so speaking about, because I would say from the outside looking in, I'm always like to her, you're body dysmorphia, because like, what the fuck? Like, if she stood up right now, hey, you guys will tune into the next episode she's on. Do you get? So it's taps because I always see your followers being like, oh my God, what do you eat? Oh my God, where'd you go to the gym? Oh my God, send me your fucking waist and hip measurements, like all of this type of stuff. And I don't think they understand like how you perceive yourself in that way. So how do you deal with your body dysmorphia if you are at all?
So I'm so real with my followers. Like, there was a stage where I was like on the chubby scale. Then I went through like a bad breakup, got cheated on, and literally like just starved myself. And it wasn't even to be skinny. It was just the fact that I couldn't eat. Like I just felt,
upset,
you know, like upset.
Yeah.
And it happened for like 6 months. Like I went so skinny, and then people are just seeing that as like, oh my God, wow, she lost weight in 6 months. But I'm like, guys, no, like it wasn't a healthy thing. Like don't idolize it. And then I started like going to the gym because back in uni I wanted to be an astronaut, and like it was like you need to have.
I forgot about that. Yeah. Oh
it's like
God.
You need to have really good fitness, everything, blah blah blah. So I like became a fitness babe, and I didn't like back then. The body type, the ideal body type, was not like the BBL body. It was just like skinny up and down. So the body that I was forming in the gym kind of became what's now like the aspired body to have. But so like back then I didn't realize I had a nice body. In my head I'm still thinking like
I'm still big.
Yeah, basically. And then obviously like being vegan does help, but at the same time I have a small rib cage from genetics. So it's like I just don't know what to tell my followers, where they're like,
no, but do you know what, one thing I say I really respect about what you do is that you'll say, guys, no, I was depressed, I was down horrendous, I wasn't eating, this wasn't right, whereas like people, what's also frustrating is people do try to project this whole, you're Photoshop, that's fake, you're doing this to young girls, whatever. And I'm like, bro, if you know Nico, that's legit how she looks. She's very honest about how she came about it. She's not gonna say, hey, do this, do that. Like all of her advice, which I have seen, has always been very positive. Whereas like a lot of influencers that I think we do know will do the face app, the face tune, won't own up to it, will just say, oh yeah guys, I go to the gym and I eat healthy and and that's not the case at all. Yeah, so I definitely feel like at least you being transparent about how, even regardless of whether you're the beauty standard or not, which you obviously are, I think it does stuff for the people. Like, what do they reply when you tell them that?
Like, certain people are just like, you know, like the sad faces, like, oh, wish this could be me. That's my toxic trait, is thinking I could look like you, like stuff like that. And then like there are things where I'm like, there are ways to exercise to get your body to look in this sort of shape, but at the same time, if you've got natural hip dips, it's not ever going to be fully like that. If you've got a wide rib cage, it's not ever going to be fully like that. But if you have my setup, then you can build the foundation to get to. Raven Tracy. That's what I'm trying to be like.
Yeah.
I'm trying to look like Raven.
Who is it? He needs to shout her, actually.
I've been
Shout
trying to.
her.
She's not trying to listen to me.
No, I can imagine you in the like Body by Raven Tracy
Listen,
campaign.
when I eat some more pounded jam and get a little bit more thickums, I'm still on my weight gain journey back. But I'm just a bit in two minds because, like, obviously under my wig, I shaved my head.
Oh my god. So basically, this isn't the first time she's done the big chop. She did it before. She grew all the hair back. She had like this cute little afro. She's like, one day she just posted this random story and I was thinking, nah, she's not going to do that. She's not going to do that after she's just grown it back. She shaved the whole thing off, dyed it pink, did some finger waves. It looked fire, don't get me wrong, but this is what I mean. She's never afraid to start from scratch.
Yeah. So the only issue with that is when I gain weight, my face goes like really round.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, I can't be wearing my hair out, just looking like one big potato. Like, even now it's semi-potato, but, you know, it's got a little bit.
It's got,
Can you just try with...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So obviously it must be a lot of pressure with all of those people like looking up to you, idolizing you, and kind of, I think it must be a bit frustrating them making you into this person that you're not.
Yeah, like on TikTok, you will definitely see my personality more.
Yeah.
Like on Instagram, brands definitely reach out to me thinking I'm going to be a certain way. And that's another thing. Like, there's so many brands that have reached out to me to like collab, but I look at their clothes and I'm like, no, like, you're not really in my style, but obviously the bad bitch aesthetic that I'm giving makes you think that way. And I'm also like super conscious, so I'm trying to establish my own brand. So I just don't want to be repping certain brands as well. And wait, what was the question?
I can't remember. I have no idea.
And yeah, that's life, guys.
Yeah. It was is it annoying people trying to make you into this thing?
Yeah. So I try my best to like not fall into that. So yeah, now I don't know, I feel like as much as I look a certain way on my page, if you read my captions, I feel like you can tell like, oh, okay. There was this one picture that I posted, I'm not gonna lie, my body was giving body. Yeah. But I was like, if anyone sees me in real life, I do not look like this.
Oh my god, the hip
angle,
one.
The angle of that picture, I was like, nah.
Yeah, you
like,
gotta do it.
I was like, I need to post this, but I just need to let them know, like, don't expect to be seeing the hips like this in real life.
No, but that's the thing, I feel like at least that's a good way that it's like, you're still relatable. Like, you're not doing the his prettiest problem, 99 problems and his prettiest one is me or whatever. Like those fucking the cringy IG girl caption. At least you're not doing that. You know, you take the piss out yourself. All of that. I think it adds to your likability. It makes people want to engage with your shit a lot more. Yeah. Which now brings me on. Okay, actually, that wasn't a good segue. That was not a good segue, but I'm gonna do it anyway. Okay, because likability, that's positive, and what you're positive. So let's go into that. Okay. So I keep on saying if you guys know Nico because you don't, but I do. She's a positive.
Take 5. Break.
Okay. She is one of the most positive motherfuckers I've ever met in my life. Like, I feel like it's like your whole family is just like just happy-go-lucky, doesn't matter what's going on, gonna be good vibes, gonna be ready to turn up. Like, I don't get it. How would you say that you've managed to, like, create this positive mindset?
Like, I can only speak for myself out of the family members. I don't know for them, but for me, it's definitely the fact that I literally isolated myself from the rest of the world, where it's like, the only energy around me is good vibes. Do you know what I mean? So it's hard for me to be negative when I don't really have the opportunities to be that negative.
Yeah.
And then also, it's like, when you look at bad situations in a good way, good things come from them. And like, you don't really realize until the time passes on, and then when you clock it and then you realize, you kind of look forward to a bad situation. I'm like, oh, sometimes I'm waiting for my next bad situation. I'm like, ooh, what am I getting this time? Yeah, so I think it's like positive mindset just actually, it comes into fruition.
But do you know what it is? I think like do you know, you're not like a positive in like the jarring way. Do you know there's that like type of like Pinterest light-skinned spiritual, like sages, I don't know, like Pan-Africans, like that vibe, that aesthetic of person who will do the whole like like, they just say the cliche shit. It's all positivity, manifest, gratitude, but in real life you're a fucking witch.
Yeah.
What's that about?
Yeah.
But I'm like, I feel like with you it's actually genuine, and it's not like you're putting it out in like a market me as this positive babe way.
Yeah, and I also think because it's like forcing your religion on someone.
Yeah.
Like, I'm just not that type of person. Even like with vegetarian, it's like, I don't force it on people. I'll just speak about it. And even when I speak about it, I'm still a bit like, oh my God, they're going to just be like, oh my God, she's that girl. Like, I did used to be one of the babes that had vegan in my bio.
Yeah, with the plant emoji.
With the plant emoji, but you know what? That was my old Insta. I'm a new babe now. I changed my ways. But yeah, I just think like I've learned about being positive in life situations. And I think as well, like, not to get deep, but because I'm so negative about myself, like, I have to find the positivity in other things. Otherwise, I would just be like, down bad.
I think that's a good way to be though, because like, even it helps you not like live your life as a victim.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Because like, you can't help, well, okay, no, you can help, but you can't always help whether you feel shit about yourself or if you have low self-esteem or whatever. Like, you can acknowledge that, cool, but then it's like sometimes you don't have the means or the tools to know what to do with it. Not everyone can afford therapy. Not everyone has like, let's say, a close family unit or like good friends that they can come and talk to about that shit. So it's kind of like, how do you move forward with that? And I guess the whole like positivity manifestation thing kind of works for you.
Yeah.
Do you want to talk about your manifestation thing? Because I feel like that's like what we've learned. I feel like you, me, Shaq, like, would be like, if anyone's like down a bit, it's like, no, positive, you got to think about this, you got to think about the journey, you know?
Like, I didn't realise until, like, as I said, I always look back on things that I realised, oh, I actually manifested that. Like, even from when I was younger, I remember the first boy that, like, I ever spoke to, I would see him around Liverpool so many times with my dad. Obviously, I can't say a thing, but I'd see him around and I would always, like, think in my head, like, oh, if I was ever to have a boyfriend, it would be you. And I would think that all the time. And then, like, he came up to me at, like, some Africa Oye event and then spoke to me, and I was like, at the time I didn't realise, and obviously he probably will never watch this or even remember, but, like, I just think so many small things. Also, I used to dream, and then my dreams would come, like, to real life. There's one dream I remember about us having a Spanish lesson, and we had to turn the page and we were learning how to say guinea pig in Spanish. And like 2 weeks later, it happened. So like, I don't know if I was just born as like a special character, but from younger me until like now, I've just like learned more about it. And I read into watch YouTube videos about opening your third eye and stuff, which is probably the Pinteresty side. But I was watching a YouTube video about how to know if your third eye is open, and then they were saying things which I already like act on. Like, for example, if you know me, you know I don't watch TV, I don't watch anything. Like,
oh my God,
I'm so disconnected.
I was like, oh, what should we put on? She's like, I don't know, I don't watch TV. I was like, okay, let me put an Architectural Digest. She was like, what's that? I was like, whoa, don't piss me off right now. I was like, what do you mean you don't know what that is?
Yeah, I'm glad you introduced me. Actually, I don't know if I'm glad you introduced me to that.
Manifest, man.
Okay, manifest, because Alicia, I'm coming for you.
Listen, that Architectural Digest is crazy. But yeah, sorry.
Yeah, so, yeah, on, like, it was saying, like, such weird things, which I just thought was weird about me, but didn't think it meant anything. So it was, like, apparently, like, you not watching TV or being able to eat your food without listening to things or watching things or talking to people. Like, it's all these signs that, like, you're getting in touch with your third eye. And I was like, oh my God, so am I that girl? And it was like, obviously, like, being vegetarian, I was like, oh yeah. And then I was just like, oh, so maybe I am that girl. And then, like, now, even the friends that I become closer to, like, not to say I'm their little lucky charm, but good things, good things always happen to them. Like, I literally manifest for, like, my close people, because I don't have a lot of close people.
Okay, so actually, let's even talk about this, because when you say, like, I feel like a lot of people are like, oh, I say I keep to myself, I protect my peace, but, like, she means that shit. Like, if you give a little bit of nonsense, she's like, there's the door, there's the fucking door. And this is the thing, like, legit, like, 2 weeks ago, I was begging her, I was like, don't cut this person off. I was like, please, give them a chance. And what was it? It was because, it was like they aired you and then came back after, And I was like, don't, please don't cut them off. Give them a chance. I took like maybe 2 hours out of my day just to be like, no, but this is the reason why. And she's like, no, but you knew what you were doing. And if you did that, then that means that you don't respect me. And I'm also, why should I teach you how to be an... And I was like, this is just one area. Please. She was right, in my opinion, now. But still, go on about how like you choose your friends, you choose your circle, whatever.
So, first of all, I definitely feed off vibes and energy. If I sense your energy is a bit booky, but I don't have anything to back me up.
It's not like a tangible thing, and that's what's so frustrating, because one thing about me, yeah, I have a poor judgment in character. The L's I take, I know, it's a poor judgment in character. And then I'll be talking to like Nico or your brothers or whatever, and they'll be like, well, to be honest, not your younger one. He also has a bad judgment in character. We're in the same boat.
He's a lost cause.
We're in the same boat. But she'll be like, yeah, no, I always thought they were weird. Like, but like, and she'll have these small examples that I'm like, oh God, I overlooked that. And I thought that I wanted to get the shot. She's like, no, the energy was weird. And she's always been right about it. I think it's really booky.
Yeah, it's a bit weird at times.
It's like a...
And you know what the thing is as well? Like, I sense it and I act accordingly. So, like, people would never know that I already know what their game plan is the whole time. Because I'm at the stage where it's like... I just learn how to play the game along until it could affect me, and then I'm like, okay, that's my exit point with my most recent ex stuff friends. So yeah, it's kind of like it starts with energy. If I feel like our energies are aligned, then I'm likely to warm to you, speak to you, get your opinion on certain things, and be like, okay, cool, I like you as a person. Then I kind of like watch how you maneuver in certain situations. If there's something you do that I personally don't rate as a friend, then I would know not to get close to you, because I'm not going to change you. I'm just like, I personally wouldn't do that, so I just don't see how we're going to be compatible as a friendship, because...
Yeah, you're like a drill sergeant with that shit though.
Yeah.
Like, have you ever had like a scenario where it's like, oh, I didn't like you at first, and then it... I don't think you would even give the chance.
There's certain people that I'm like, I don't like them at first, and then I can tolerate them, but I wouldn't get close with them. I'm just like, especially in London, like you just can see opportunists, and you know when people are so nice that you're conscious of what they're being nice for. Yeah, and I also just think like the things that I value, which are like really small things, if you can't act like that way, then I also know we're not compatible. And another thing, if you know I don't like to go out drinking to the clubs, if you know I don't like being out, why do you keep inviting me out? I'm seeing it as like, you're Nico, I want to be seen next to you for this reason. So I'm just like, see ya.
Yeah, and you know what? Let me put some shade in here.
Yeah.
Remember the babe that we both peeped with bad vibes? Yeah, cool. Remember that time when I was like to you, I'm trying to stop going out because this shit is draining me. Like, I legit hate it. I'm having so much anxiety. I'm getting lit and making a fool out of myself, all this type of stuff.
Yeah.
And I told them this. I said, yeah, cool. Like, let's do wholesome shit. Let's go for lunch. There's this pottery class. There's this yoga class. Cool. Every single one of them ed. But then would guilt trip me into like coming out and doing all that shit, and me just being like, well, back then I had legit no boundaries. I was like, oh, I want to show up for them as a friend. I would force myself out, have a shit time, and then look like a fool again, and then I run to you and be like, why do I keep doing this?
And just know what, sometimes you just have to learn yourself.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, and I feel as though like where I grew up and where I went to school and how my dad brought me up, like he basically like triggered it in me. These people aren't your friends. You're a black girl in a white area. Like, if anything, these people want you to go out, be tired, so you're not going to do well in school. Like, he would just tell me like all these things, and I'd be like, such a hater. You just don't want to have friends.
Back then,
And then like you get to stage, and I'm like, yeah, because where are all those people now? They disappear. You make it Instagram, they pop up like, oh my gosh, haven't seen you in so long. How are you? And it's like, you literally did not care about me before.
Bro, like, even if you look at the start of the year and all the fucking mix-up to now...
Literally.
It's like, bro, we were out like fucking... Well, not you, to be honest, because she had the sense. Me, I was out like a fox. It was actually disgusting. Like, it was like I didn't know where my house was. 4 times a week, I'm at this move, I'm at that move, I'm this, there. With all these people all this, oh yeah, gang girly, yeah, whatever. No, fuck that. Who are you now? We don't chill, we don't hang out, we don't check up. Most, you'll maybe shout me if you need something, cool. But at the end of the day, she's so right with that, and I think our parents are so right with that. There are people who are, they're fun, cool, but they are also distractions. And if you're down horrendous, they're not going to pick you up. Yeah. If someone's chatting shit about you, they're not going to defend your character. If you're like, bro, if you're stranded, they will leave you there to be stranded.
It's true.
You know?
And like, I think another thing that I have when I meet a lot of people is having no expectations so that I can't get let down anymore. Because back in the day, I would literally have such high expectations just because how I would treat a person and expect the same thing back. And like, I would literally get so upset over like things like, I remember in school, like they'd all go out to like shopping or like the cinema and they would never invite me out. And then I would get really upset about it, like, I thought we're friends, like, how come you never invite me out? And then they would just say, like, we know you're not allowed out, so we didn't bother inviting you. And I'd be like, fair enough, but, like, you could just mention it, because how do you not know that, like, maybe today's the day that Dad might say, do you know what I mean? So I was just like, I would literally get so upset, even in relationships, like, expecting certain things, where I'm just like, I would never do that to you, so why have you done that to me? And now it's like, it's just become a personality trait where like I literally don't expect good from people. So like when good happens, it seems even better than it actually is.
And it's like it's sad to say, but I think it is actually kind of a protective thing. Like I'm in two minds about that, because I'm like, I think I'm still in that space where I expect too much of people, I get let down, whatever, it hurts, all that shit. And I'm like, I don't want to give up on like having the expectation, because I'm like, I think it sets the standard for the people that I am around. But then I'm like, because of how much it would affect me when the standard isn't met, I'm like, is it worth it? Like I feel like maybe from like a protective standpoint, your way is better.
Yeah, it's also like a bit, I would say sad, but it's not. Like part of me, if I could do life again, would love the whole experience of having a girl friendship group, being in group chats, like going out with your friends and stuff. Like I feel like I've never properly experienced that until like the last month. That was like my first group chat with you guys.
I'm so happy I made that.
Like, other than a birthday group chat for a birthday motive, but other than that, like this is like an actual friendship group chat. And it's like, I'm actually making friends that are in the same friendship group, like where we can go out together. Like my other friends, they're not all friends with each other, so it's like
it's long.
So it's like part of me wants to experience all of that, but then the other half of me is just so content with like
where you are,
where I am, like the peace that I found, being happy. And then I know on your other podcast you already spoke about like high maintenance friendships and stuff like that, but it's like when you've got the type of people in your life that reciprocate the same energy, you literally don't mind that it's going to be a high maintenance friendship. So it's just nice, like knowing the same friends like that treat you the same way back. And I'm just like, of course I'll give you all the time of day, babes.
And you know what, even in terms of like the high maintenance friendship thing, I think in that episode we said that we don't even think that that's a bad thing, as long as you know who you're doing that with and you can get that like properly reciprocated and all that jazz. So I definitely agree with that. But even the other day I was like to Shaq, I was like, bro, I'm worried that this industry is going to make me bitter. And both of them were like, what the fuck are you talking about? I'm like, okay, hear me out. Hear
I want to know more about this, because you didn't really, we didn't actually hear you out.
Because the way how I see it, I think I was so naive. I've said this so many times, that I was so naive in terms of like starting coming out in the industry and whatever this year with people and like the people I was around and whatever. And when you only know your intention, I'm not gonna say that they weren't genuine or they did this or whatever or anything was intentional. I went in naive thinking, okay, cool, like we're doing all these things, we're friends. I completely kind of forgot that this is still a work environment, even though like you're partying with these people and whatever and so on and so forth. So obviously in the scenarios that you know about, this year's been crazy. The L's I've taken have been so big, but 2 L's make a fucking W. I'm on like maybe 8 W's now because the L's are crazy. But
that's why Naomi Campbell's taking selfies with you.
Because I was such a bad like. It was so crazy, but okay. But anyway, obviously with like those people that have done me dirty, you still see them all the time. They're still in the industry with you. They're probably like a couple of them are in like more established positions or whatever. And the way how I am, it's not like I think like I have so much integrity or whatever, but like you can call me a lot of things, but I'm not gonna lie. I don't think you can call me fake and it's true, because if something's on my chest, I'm like, get it off of me. One way or another, like, I have to say it. So in this scenario where it's like, I can't because you don't give a shit, I'm just gonna look bad, I'm gonna be labelled aggressive, it's gonna be awkward, like it will not benefit me in any way.
Yeah.
I'm like having to learn to bite my tongue.
Yeah.
And then either still be in the room with these people or just not go to things.
Yeah.
So it's like, there's certain things that I've had to miss out on because I'm like, bro, I hate you.
Yeah.
I can't pretend that I don't hate you.
Yeah.
And now I can't hate you at your own event. Do you get?
Yeah.
So I have to stay home.
Yeah.
But then I'm missing out on opportunities. So I'm like, well, that's fucking jarring.
Mm-hmm.
And then on the other side, if it's like, well, I proper don't like you, I don't know if you've clocked or not, but they're still trying to be like all cool with me because it's beneficial, and I'm just like, bro, like, just allow it. Like, we're not friends, we're not cool, whatever. But I can't do that because we're in the same spaces all the time.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I can't be genuine to myself. But in some scenarios, obviously, when I can stay home, I'll stay home.
Yeah.
But in some scenarios, I'm having to like suck it up and do the whole fake shit and whatever, and it's just burning my chest. I'm just annoyed about it.
Yeah.
And then also, I'm not gonna pretend to be happy for you either. I just don't want to see you. But I can't unfollow you because then it's like, oh, she's still pressed about this, and then my name is in more people's mouths, and it's like, oh, it's furthering the beef, it's furthering the drama. But it's like, bro, I'm not trying to do none of that. Just don't fucking chat to me.
Yeah.
But then I can't unfollow you, and it's like, I can't unfollow you, and I can't stay home for everything, and then something's to have to, and then and I'm just like, bro, I feel like this is gonna make me bitter.
Nah, do you know what it is? I think you have to kind of like establish in your head what really matters, because if people around are saying, oh, Hayat might be this, Hayat might be that, do you know how many lies have been put on my name?
Surely.
The thing is, at the end of the day, the real ones know who you are.
Yeah.
And the opportunities that will come from you being there, despite people thinking you're whatever they're saying, if the opportunities are going to come, then they're going to come.
Yeah, that's true. Because one thing that Shaq did say when we were having this conversation, he was like, what's meant for you will always find you, and that doesn't always just mean the good.
Yeah.
It means the bad as well. And I'm like, yeah, cool, but like, the way how I see it is that if I act how I want to act, then...
I mean, you don't have to fight people.
I'm not going to fight. Okay. I told you, I've never fought anyone in my life, guys. I don't fight. But it's like... You're gonna get like a bad rep for that, maybe be cold, and people like, you know.
I don't agree with, and I know Shaq has said that before. I honestly don't agree with that. I just
Really?
say stay true to yourself. Like, there is literally no issue with someone coming up to you and being like, "Listen, I know we're at the same events, but I don't fuck with you." Like, back up.
I've had to do that. Remember,
Exactly.
I had to be like, yeah, don't touch me, don't talk to me, go that way. But yeah, fair. But I do agree with him in terms of the like, I think the good and the bad.
Oh yeah, I agree with that part, but I don't agree with him when he says things like, sometimes like, just smile and just like play along.
Yeah, I mean, I think that also comes with his like visibility. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just say like, do whatever you want to do, but yeah, at the same time, the game's the game, and you can play it along.
Yeah.
You can play along with
But
it.
I feel like playing it. I need to learn how to play it. I have my training wheels on.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So we had asked some of Nico's followers about questions, dilemmas, so on and so forth.
Yeah.
Did anyone say anything good?
I mean, they asked about our OnlyFans. Let's take a look.
Would you ever make one and just like post like you like a bikini pic or something?
The thing is, I had one on my old Instagram.
Yeah, I remember that.
And I would just post like basically the pictures that were on my Instagram.
Yeah.
But then people were like coming at me in my Instagram comments like, don't subscribe to OnlyFans, she's fake, it's all a lie. And I think I like, I'm not gonna lie, I was misleading. I said like, just me and my pussy. But I had a kitten, like a kitty cat pussy. So like, it would literally be, they subscribe and it would be a picture of me and Nico.
Pause. How long has my webcam been showing?
Sis?
Guys, I'm just gonna put this hoodie up and I'm not gonna edit this out because this is me. I'm not good at my hair, okay? Everyone, leave me alone. Thank God for that mirror. I was like, whoa. Anyway, please continue.
Well.
Anyway, oh, it's been a long day.
It has. Okay, we have a few questions, but I feel like they're not dilemmas. It's just questions they want to know about me.
Okay, can I see if any of them are interesting? This first one's very appropriate.
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh my god. My wet breath don't love me.
There's not that many.
Yeah, we're gonna ignore them.
Yeah.
We are gonna ignore them. We are. Okay, but actually one of the interesting questions there was about, do you think you have to be sexy online to sell something? Like it was like sell content, or I can't remember what it was. Like, what are your thoughts on that?
I think it does help, but like, as I said, it helps for the wrong reasons. Like being like more provocative online just for the clout. If your thing is to sell lip gloss, then it's gonna backfire.
Yeah.
If you want to sell like lingerie, then maybe.
Yeah.
Or if you're trying to be like maybe music, like video Dixon kind of vibes.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's not gonna have a positive impact. But then like it just depends. Some people genuinely just want clout. But I also think a lot of people have this perception that she has 100,000 followers, she's got £1 million. Like,
oh my god, yeah, and that was so interesting from the Guap Gala, when all of that like discourse and whatever was happening. I think one of the recess people was like, bro, visibility online does not equate to financial freedom, or like, bro, like everyone who has more than 50k followers isn't necessarily making bank. A lot of people kind of not have clout for no reason, because who am I to say that, but it's like, it's not,
for lack of better terms, literally clout for no
reason. Like, they're not getting a bag from it. Like, I think in general there's so many misconceptions about how creatives make money and whatever. Bro, a lot of it is funding yourself and taking an L and like spending on these brands, trying to build relationships with them, spending on like content stuff that you need, like from tripods to lights, spending on like traveling to like all these things. And it's the same with modelling, and people kind of like project this whole, oh sorry, you're rich, oh you're the famous, bitch, you ain't on 9 to 5, you're making more money than me, so
it's
please.
True. Like the only reason that I'm literally sticking at Instagram, because I know I would be making more money at 9 to 5. Like guys, the money that I'm on is literally enough for me to survive, not to live.
Yeah, exactly.
Like I would make more money and be able to add more to my savings at a normal job. Exactly. But since I've gone from working for the Caucasian man to working for myself, I'm sorry, I'm never going back.
And this is the thing, like I can't say I'll never go back. I can never say never. I hope I don't have to, but like I declined my grad job, and it crosses mine a lot. When there's certain clients that haven't paid me this past a 3-month thing, I'm thinking, no, because if I was still at my job, I would have got that money. But like I feel like because we've been doing it for so long, we haven't sacrificed the lack of like stability and I guess building your pension and saving and investing or whatever that we would have had for 9 to 5 to quit now. Yeah. And I think that's kind of the motivation for it. Yeah. And especially with you and the rate that you're growing at, the bag is definitely gonna find you. 100%.
And then like from like literally, I didn't come from like not a poor family, but it wasn't money just to like splash out kind of vibes. So like everything that I've had to work for. Like my parents were not giving me money. Yeah. So it's like, I'm just thinking, if I've got to this far now, like I just refuse. Like surely I have to be my own boss. If you were making me my own boss when I was 12 years old, like I have to do that at this stage in the game. Yeah.
Would you say that that's like where you got your hyper independence from? Because one thing about Nico, she will do it all herself. If you say no, I can't, cool, she's not gonna ask you again. Like she will do it. You know. So do you think that it comes from like how people raised you or whatever? Is there different motivation?
It's definitely like how my dad raised me, and he didn't raise me. I don't think he did it with the intention for me to be so independent. I think he did it with the intention for, this sounds a bit crazy, but for me to only ever want to depend on him. But because we didn't see eye to eye about my future, I never wanted to depend on him for anything, because you're gonna like, I feel like I'm gonna have to owe you something that I don't want to give you. Like he would like force me into doing like a physics degree. Like really and truly, I should have done music. Like I wanted to be Beyonce. You already knew that. I wanted to be Beyonce back in the day.
And she can sing, by the way, so you never know. It's loaded.
I don't know. But, I'm down, sis. But like, so I always just think about the positions that my dad put me in, like in a way to kind of keep me as just his baby girl.
That's so real. I feel like African parents have such like a hidden power struggle in terms of how they want to view you as almost like an extension of them. I would even go as far as to say like property.
Yeah.
To how you want to live your life. And I feel like that's why so many parents are like, you need to do this, you need to do that, you need to do that, to like kind of like make you live their dream.
Yeah.
But it's like, bro, it's almost, I don't even think it ends with the dream. I think sometimes it's actually about control.
Yeah, my dad is like 50% control and 50% I never want to see my daughter in a position that I'm in where I'm like still 60 something, still working, still paying off a mortgage, in a situation that I'm not necessarily happy in, but I've just had to settle for this because of XYZ. So like he's pushing me in a direction that he thinks is best for me without understanding me as a character and realizing like she could do way better if she was put into this environment or this environment. Instead, he locked me up, sent me into all girls school where I just got bullied, then put me into physics of uni where obviously I can't make friends because you're in, you put me in.
People always like, oh, why do you have so many girlfriends? I'm like, bro, I did a mechanical engineering degree for 4 fucking years. Like, where were the girls? Where the hoes at?
Literally, it's like, I don't play PlayStation, so I can't bond with these boys. And then now that I've got male friends, I would tell him, oh yeah, I'm just with Zayn. He'd be like, why do you have a boy there? Like, Dad, do you know there's 3 other girls in my class and 2 of them don't show up?
Like, my mum would FaceTime me in uni, I'd be with like Tosin and Albert or like Jack and Jay or something, and she'd be like, why are you with these men? Why are these men in your room? I'm like, where the hoes at? There's nobody else here. Like, hello?
Yeah. So it's like, that all definitely is the reason why I'm so independent. And then along with the fact that people let me down so much that I'm just over it. I'm just like, I literally will just do it myself. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, fair. But do you ever worry, like, or consider that you may have to U-turn on that?
I feel like one of my biggest fears is the fact that I'm not scared of dying alone. Like, I'm so, like, it's actually weird. Like, my mum used to say this to me all the time. She'd be like, you know, you have a problem with love. And I'd be like, what do you mean? She's like, you don't love people, like, you don't miss people. And I'm like, I do love people and I do, like, miss people, but it's not a craving like, oh, I miss you, I need to see you. It's like, oh, you crossed my mind today, but I'm still Gucci on this side. And then she was like, no, but like, you find it very hard to like stay content with one person. I was like, no, I don't. And then I deep my life and I was like, oh my god. Is that from your door?
Yeah, it is. Okay, we are wrapping up because as you can hear that little knot, our time is up. That was a very abrupt start, so I'm going to get you back on. That was an abrupt end. Do you want to shout out your gram, your brand?
Oh, yeah. Instagram is Niko Sundai. My brand.
Spell it out.
Oh yeah, Niko. Everyone in London thinks I say L, but it's L. Sundai, and brand is Sekai by Sundai. SEKIAIBYSUNDAI.
Okay, cool. So I'm going to put all this ads below. Thank you so much for coming. I hope you guys enjoyed it. She's going to come back on. So yeah, sorry it was rushed. But yeah, have a lovely day. Bye.